it's Liz Yuille from Old Staples Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. And today is another Inspire Create Challenge day, so I'm a little later than normal posting. I've just realised that this grid paper I've put on the wrong way up. Oh well, hey ho. Anyway, so it's an Inspire Create Challenge day. Sorry about that, my brain just went off there for a moment. We have a colour challenge, and I have to say it was a challenging colour challenge for me. It is Old Olive, Blushing Bride, Lovely Lipstick and Night of Navy, which are not colours that I would generally speaking put together. So I've done a bit of a fudge, and this is the card that I have got for you today. It does have all of the colours on. You may not be able to see them all, but they're all there. And I've used two stamp sets, well, one stamp set and one die set from the Autumn Winter catalogue, but the dies actually go with a different stamp set. So let me show you, although they do go with the stamp set that I'm using. So the Tidings All Round is bundled with, let me grab them, the All Round Wreath dies, which cut both a standalone wreath, which is what I've done, and also die cuts the stamped image. But, and there are some other dies as well, but the Seasonal Wreaths stamp set, which is also in the Autumn Winter catalogue, it's just a little bit further into the catalogue, also coordinates with the dies. But you can get those two together as a bundle, so saving 10% on both. And this is then an add-on item, and I've used the Life is Better With You sentiment for my card today, because it's a kind of generic card that I've made. It's a not specific thing, so it's just to someone that you just want to say hello to, that sort of thing. But this is a lovely addition to that little set, because then you've got the wreath die. The stamped wreath is still die cut using this die, but so it's just doing double duty, and you can use it for Easter, for winter, for summer, all sorts. And then this is more the sort of autumnal Christmas feel. Anywho, so let me get on with this. I have done the die cutting already, because I think there is nothing more boring than watching someone die cut, particularly when there's also lots of little holes that one has to punch out. So I've used the vellum from Perennial Essence, which, surprise surprise, is in Old Olive, and the foil from the Noble Peacock suite, which is in Old Olive. So those are my Old Olive elements. I've also got Old Olive rhinestones, which come in Old Olive, and that's my Night of Navy. So it is there, it's just a bit hidden. But first thing I'm going to do is show you how I've put these together, because using vellum is always interesting. Although, because this is coloured vellum, it's actually not too difficult. So I've just used a very small amount of adhesive on the sort of large leaf that is part of the full circle, if that makes sense. So it's part of the ring rather than the bits on either side. And then this, which you can put on anyway, the pattern is a full repeat. I'm just going to offset very, very slightly so that it is not just overlapped. So just very slightly offset, and then press. And then I'm going to turn it over and give it another press and do that. So that's that. Now, there are no lovely lipstick rhinestones. I can do you Night of Navy. Now, actually, let me get these are the holiday rhinestones. We've got Night of Navy, I want to say Coastal Cabana, Shaded Spruce, Real Red, and Pumpkin Pie. But let me check. They're fairly well hidden, in that it took me about 4 goes through the catalogue before I could find where they were again. But they are in here. I may have already missed them. I think I have. Let me try again, because I think they are quite, yes, there they are. They really are hidden. They're on page 58, and they are Cherry Cobbler, Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, Pumpkin Pie, and Shaded Spruce. But we've also got in the annual catalogue, as part of the Noble Peacock suite, we've got Rhinestones, which are properly featured on page 178. So let's get to page 178, and they are up here, and they are Blueberry Bushel, Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, Old Olive, and Pretty Peacock. So that's how I've managed to get those colours. So that's these two sets, Old Olive, Night of Navy. But lovely lipstick, dark lovely lipstick Stampin' Blend, and just clear rhinestones. And all you have to do is colour. Simple as that. It's worth leaving them to dry for a wee while, because they do take a little while to dry as they're a slick surface. I've done a couple ready for this project. So now this should be dry and hopefully not actually stuck to my grid paper. No, there we are. I'm using, if I can find the right size, some mini dimensionals, just to pop it up a bit, and then I will be stamping, and actually I will stamp before I stick this down because it's just a bit easier. Now I'm sticking these more or less on every other large leaf in the middle. It will be every other and then an extra one, because there's actually, it doesn't work out as every other one because of the numbers. So I have got a Very Vanilla matte, a Blushing Bride matte, and a Very Vanilla card blank. Yes, that is how I've sneaked in the Blushing Bride, because as I say, this really was not a colour theme that I was embracing terribly well, but I've done it. I have to say, the other ladies have done some amazing projects, and I feel really inadequate, I think is the word I'm looking for, but there we go. So I just want to position that where I want it. I'm then going to, let's do it straight. There's a novel idea. Then I'm going to hover my stamp over and then stamp down, and hopefully it is straight. So long as it is straight, I'm pretty happy. And then I can just come in with my bent old piercing tool. But it is very good at getting the backs off mini dimensionals. Well, in fact, all dimensionals, but particularly the mini ones, which can be a bit of a fiddle. So something good came out of the fact that I dropped it on the floor. And then this, I just pop over the top. Oops, let's not cover up the whole of the Y of U. Just there we go. You can tell I'm concentrating because I suddenly went quiet. Then with my mat, I'm going to add the glue to the mat, purely because then if there is any puckering of the card, it's the thicker card. There won't be, but I do sometimes find that with the thinner Very Vanilla and Whisper White, that if you put it onto the back of the Very Vanilla or Whisper White, that you can sort of sense where the glue was, whereas if you put it on the card that you're sticking it to, you don't get that. Okay, so we're nearly finished. I've got my Take Your Pick tool, which I will stop being a violent instrument, and I'm just going to take my lovely lipstick, and that's now rubbish. Hurrah! I've actually finished a bit of a sheet. And then the other lovely lipstick, just stick that there, and then I can come in with my Old Olive. So I'll have one up here and one just there, and then I can grab a Night of Navy and just pop that there. And as you know, if you've been watching me for any time, I like odd numbers. So I've got my odd numbers. And then fold my card in half. This is just a half sheet of A4 scored in the middle, and I've done it the long thin way. It's just how I find it easier for them to photograph. And then just scribble some glue on the back and pop that down. So as I say, this is one of the Inspire Create Challenge weeks. So if you would like to take part and show just how easy it is to make cards with this particular colour way, if you follow the link to my website, which is immediately below in the description bar, you'll get a link to the Inspire Create Challenge group, and you can have a look at the other projects that have been made. And as I say, there are some stunning projects that have been made by the others. So have a look there, and then you can enter yourself. If you would like any of these products and you're in the UK, they are listed below. The dimensions are over on my website, which, as I say, is listed below. There's also information about how to join my team. So if you're in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands, you can join my team. Thank you very much indeed for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye!